Hello, my name is Jay, and today I just want to show you my no water change turtle tank. Currently the tank is all covered up in plastic because it is quite cold, so I have it winterized. And how cold it is it is snowing outside. That is how cold it is. So let's take a look at the tank. Let me just flip over the covers. So this is the turtle area. Got one of my turtles basking there on a piece of driftwood. And this tank is a no water change tank. And that does not mean it has an automatic water change. It means this is a truly no water change tank. So the only water I add to the tank is for topping off evaporation. I do not add water with the purpose of just changing the water. So it's been 2 years since I've actually done a water change on this tank, and I've had these guys for 4 years. So the first 2 years was a bunch of experimentation and me trying out different configurations of the tank, and eventually I kinda hit a spot where I found out that my water stayed clean for a long time. So ever since then I've not done water changes, and I've kept a close eye on the tank and water conditions, and so far that's been fine. So this tank, I've not done a water change in 2 years. Yes, it's possible, and in the future videos I will discuss how I did it and why it works. For this video I just want to do a quick introduction and just show you off like what the tank looks like and what's in it. So I got 2 southern painted turtles. One of them is here. The other guy is, you can't see him because of the glare. He's down there. He's checking out the camera. He's not sure if it's okay to come out, I guess. So I do not have a UVB lamp. This is just a regular incandescent bulb. It's a 60-watt bulb that I use for heat for the turtles. And I do not have a UVB light because this spot actually gets sunlight. So I don't need a UVB. And I got some fake plants in there. I tried experimenting with some live plants, but your turtles are very good at destroying plants. So if you want plants in your tank with turtles, live plants are the way to go. Fake plants are the way to go. And I think they actually look pretty realistic. And you can probably see I've got several hundreds of cherry shrimp in here as well. Initially I did not have cherry shrimp in here, but they kinda established themselves in there. I thought they would die out when they accidentally got in here, but they just multiplied, and now I cannot get rid of them. There are hundreds and hundreds of them in there, and they survive just fine with the turtles. That is because I have a bunch of fake plants where they can hide and escape. And turns out my turtles are not so great at hunting. I did catch them munching down a cherry shrimp about 2 times, but I have not seen them catch cherry shrimp that often. So that is the turtle compartment here. I have a piece of driftwood that acts as a basking platform. And this is a pump with a built-in pre-filter, very large one at that. And that really works well for getting rid of all the solid waste. So this pre-filter is filled with coarse foam. So the water starts up there and moves into this tub. So both sides I got these plastic tubs. They're cheap and strong, so that's why I use them. Let's move on to this compartment. And this side is my filter compartment. So you can see my filter compartment is just about as big as my turtle compartment. So that is kind of what it takes to get a no water change system going. You need a fairly large filter compartment. So the water from the pump gets pumped up to here. So you can see I got a rain bar spraying water into there. So this is more mechanical filtration in this little tub. It's full of foam, coarse foam. And down there there's some filter floss, and I have a fine sponge at the very bottom. Now that water cover that up, goes into here. So you see I have a little plastic thing separating this area. So the water comes in here, flows down, and inside this huge area I have it filled up with all kinds of biological media that are kind of baked clay type stuff. Let's see if I can get some of that out. Yeah, this is what they look like. So I have this entire, like almost half of this tub filled with this stuff. So that is a huge amount of biological media in there. I have a whole bunch of plants. Got some moss growing on here. This is willow moss. And at the moment it's covered up in vinyl. But I got a huge water bamboo plant. So I've had this since the beginning of the tank. So this plant is actually 4 years old. These bamboo plants. Pretty big. And this is some dwarf baby tears that I'm just growing here. And I've got a little LED light. Now this is just supplemental light. This is not gonna be enough to grow plants if you're looking to do that. This is just supplemental. Sunlight does most of the work. This guy just helps a little bit because it's the winter and I don't get as much sun during the winter, so that's why I have it up here. And inside here I have a whole bunch of plants. I got duckweed. I got ram's horn snails in here that I will occasionally fish out and feed to the turtles. Got some narcus, some other plants, some dwarf sagittaria. So I have several different plants in here, and shrimps and snails. So that is how the filter compartment is set up. This thing is elevated a bit compared to the turtle compartment, and I have built a overflow here. I just have a little mesh to prevent any shrimp from flowing back into the turtle tank. Inside I have some bioballs, so water overflows from here back to the turtle tank. At the moment I have it covered up with bubble wrap to keep the heat in. Oh, and there's also a 150 watt submersible heater in here. That is absolutely essential during the winter. So the water from the overflow, I have drilled holes into this tub and connected some PVC fittings in there, so the water will flow back into the tank. And I just have this little piece of pipe here to keep it quiet. So that is kinda how the tank is set up. And in future videos I plan to explain the concepts that are used to keep this water clean without water changes. So if you want to know how I achieved this, then stay tuned and watch my future videos explaining how this tank works. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.